unconsciously I am deeply in love with my best friend, and I just watch all those movies of people falling in love with their best friend and obsess over them and just kind of live through that fantasy, because in reality I'm obviously totally in the friend zone for obvious reasons. Hey mom and random people on the internet watching this right now, it's Zizi, and if you don't know already, I'm the biggest movie freak. I want to make movies myself when I'm older, and I'm also gonna study in that direction. However, until then, I just like watch them all the time, daily. Just like all my free time is spent on Netflix and on Amazon Prime and stuff. And I'm just like, it's actually an addiction. It's not even funny. My whole life basically consists of movies. However, there is like a specific genre of movies that I'm like totally obsessed with. This is like very niche, but it is movies about best friends falling in love with each other. Like not your usual rom-com, but especially that little group of films and movies and series. I just love, you know? And I love friendships. And I have neither of them. Just kidding, kind of. I just wanted to give you guys my recommendations and just like the best movies of friends falling in love with each other. Just like my top list. Like not only the top blockbuster classics like a Forrest Gump, my everything. The DVD is next to the Bible on my shelf, but yeah, I'm not only gonna talk about like the big classics like that one, but I'm also gonna mention some that you might not have seen. And you should check them out. And they are on Netflix, like most of them, I think. So without further ado, I also have like my cat down here snoring, so just ignore that noise. But yeah, let's go. Yeah. First up is a movie that is actually like very close to my heart. It's Loyal, and not the one with Miley Cyrus, but actually like the original French classic one. I watched that movie like religiously during my teen years. After I watched it for the first time, I watched it every single day for like a month or so. So actually like I know every single word when it comes to this movie. I know it by heart, and it's such a cute but also like real coming of age story. Basically it's about this girl, she dated a guy and he cheated on her, and they're all like in this massive friend group in school, and she kind of turns towards her best friend, who also was the best friend of the guy she dated, and she just like kind of turns towards him to kind of talk about her problems, and they end up falling in love with each other, while the whole movie actually kind of deals with the topic of the mother-daughter relationship that she has with her mom, who also has a new boyfriend and stuff. You will definitely enjoy it, and you will love the characters because they are fucking amazing. It's just a lot going down. It's a lovely story. You should check it out. That's all I'm gonna say. Next up is another totally absolute favorite classic film of mine. It is Love, Rosie. If you know me, then you would know that I'm like obsessed with Sam Claflin to a point where it's not even funny anymore. So any movie that he is in, I already like love to the moon and back. But then Love, Rosie also has Lily Collins, who is an amazing actress, and it also has like the cutest story of those two friends who just like never get the right timing. They just like always miss the opportunities to finally tell each other about their feelings for each other and stuff. It's just like, it's a lovely story. It has all the drama, and I just think that the movie itself is made in such a fantastic way, and just like it is, I don't even know what to say. Oh my god, sorry. You got scared, boo? My cat also loves this movie. Yeah, that's what you wanted to say? Love, Rosie? Your favorite movie? Should the people watch it? They definitely should. Next up is a movie similar to this. It is One Day, starring the beautiful Anne Hathaway. And it is about two people that hooked up back in college, and then they just decided to always meet on that one day every single year. And they do for like so many years. And they just have like separate lives, they have separate problems, separate relationships, but they always end up together. And you know, once again, I just think that it is the characters that make that movie so special and so close to my heart and so fucking amazing, and you should just like, you should watch it. It's just, I'm not gonna talk about it too much because like I have so many more movies to come, but that one, oh my gosh, that's just like, it's everything, you know? Another one that you probably wouldn't expect on this list is Juno. What a classic. Oh my gosh, Juno, starring Ellen Page, the best coming-of-age teenage pregnancy movie ever made, in my opinion. I know the words to this movie by heart. Once again, I watched it all over again. Michael Cera is my everything, and they just like, they are so fucking cute. And it's just like, it's this cute like love story, family story, the teenage pregnancy thing. Then there's also Jennifer Garner and Jason Bateman, like the king of rom-coms, who I absolutely adore. So it's just like a great movie overall. Like also the characters are so fucking amazing. The humor in this movie is so fascinating and just fantastic and good and relatable, and I can't stop talking about this movie. It's like my little baby, and I have it on DVD and I watch it all the time still, although I already know all the words and I've like watched it all the time ever since it came out. But it's just like, if you haven't watched Juno, what is that rock called that you are living under? Also, two movies that obviously have like a lot of different stories intertwining with each other, which is definitely a kind of movie that I love to watch a lot. If you don't know, Love Actually is like my favorite movie of all time. But yeah, two movies of that kind that also include stories of best friends falling in love with each other are Valentine's Day and also He's Just Not That Into You, which are both fucking amazing movies, and they have like a lot of different great actors in them, and I'm just like obsessed with them. They are so well produced, and there's just like a character and a story for every single person out there. So if you haven't watched that, there's literally no excuse, and you should go and watch it right now. Two classics that I simply had to mention on this list today are When Harry Met Sally and also Some Kind of Wonderful, which are obviously like old classics, but they are fucking old and gold if you ask me. So if you haven't watched them, you should. Just saying. That's all I'm gonna say. They're fantastic. I'm not gonna talk about them in detail, but watch them right now. A movie out of the early 2000s that I used to watch when I was younger is called Boys and Girls, and I just like recently fell back in love with it because it's fucking amazing. It's about two college students who actually met each other on a plane when they were like little kids, and they just like meet each other in the most random situations over years on end, and then they end up going to the same college and they actually finally become friends, and then, you know, the thing happens where they actually have a little crush on each other and they don't quite admit it. But yeah, you know, just check it out. I'm not gonna spoiler you. It's fucking amazing. It's a lot of good humor, a lot of good jokes, and some funny AF characters. A few movies that I just like wanted to mention, but I'm gonna stop like going into detail about every single one at this point, are 13 Going 30 and Win a Date with Ted Hamilton, and also The Switch and What If. All of them are fucking amazing movies. They have like the best actors in them. Like, oh my gosh, it's a good thing that most of those movies are a bit older, because it doesn't make it as creepy when I am in love with the male actors that now are like in their 40s and I'm just like over here at age 19 like, oh my gosh. Yep, I can just say that I have a crush on their younger self that used to be like closer to my age back then. Anyways, a cool AF and very unpopular series on Netflix that I wanted to mention that you should check out, which also has two best friends falling in love with each other. No, I'm not talking about Barney and Robin falling in love with each other on How I Met Your Mother, although that is like everything I ever dream of, and it is like the most perfect love story in TV history. Nope, I'm actually talking about Crashing, a Netflix original with 6 little episodes, and it's like so fucking funny. Like, the humor definitely can get a bit controversial from time to time in that series, but I think if you like to love and you are into a bit of dark humor and stuff, and you also want to see a group of young adults being property guardians in London and just like living their life and just like being fucking amazing characters, by the way, you should check that series out. You won't regret it. You can thank me later. And yeah, I just loved it so much that I watched it like 3 times in the span of like 1.5 months or so, I guess. But yeah, check it out, you know. So that's it for today's very chatty video. It definitely is a bit of a longer one, and it definitely is like a very niche topic to talk about, but I just wanted to do it because I love all of those movies and I think they just like deserve all the recognition that they can get. So if you are looking for like a good rom-com and just like for some funny entertainment with also like a cute AF love story, you should check them out. Something you could also check out are all the other videos on my channel, and you could also subscribe down below and click the bell and let me know down in the comments if you want to see more movie related chatty stuff from my side, and also give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, so I just like know that you kind of like that kind of stuff and I will do more of it. That's just like how it works, you know. If you want to stay up to date with me in between uploads and also just like want to get all the information on which movies and series I'm just like watching at the moment, I always tweet about them, and I also have an Instagram which I am really active on at the moment, so please follow them if you are interested and get in touch and tell me about all your favorite movies, you know. Anyway, I'm gonna go and think about if I am actually in love with my best friend, because this obsession with those movies actually can't be healthy and can't just like be a normal thing, you know. So thank you for wasting your time with me today. Okay, bye! You always ask for those vlogs, so here you go. I'm hurrying down the corridor and to the fridge. Say hi! I'm gonna sit down and actually start a rant about if I am falling in love with my best friend, who I always get shipped with by every single person. Even my mom ships us.